What is it? What is it, boy? So, one thing I wanted to talk about, we're finally getting some rain. Seems like everywhere else in Texas is flooding, but here, I think it's about to be our turn though. Some odd noises coming. I guess it's a truck. But anyways, so as I was saying, in all reality, man, as far as like myself in prepping, the biggest lesson that I learned was like you can have all this stuff, right? And you could think you're ready, but what if you end up having to move, or like a disaster happens, or it could be anything really. A reason why you might have to leave where you're at, whether it's being threatened, whether it's whatever, right? Well, that was where I found myself making mistakes. Was I had it in my mind, I didn't know how things were going to turn out. So when it financially became tight, it was like we had to leave, right? And I mean, it could be anything. It could be a tornado comes, it could be a flood, it could be a fire, anything. And with all the stuff that we had saved up and bought over time, because we had to leave that place, it was like we had to suffer a loss as well. You know what I mean? So we had to cut what we had like in half, literally. And then it was gone. So that's like half. When you're at a point where like you feel somewhat comfortable, as far as like what you're saving or whatever, and then it gets cut in half, it's like now you're back at like, oh man, and then because then you have to include people too sometimes. And you just never know, man. And then so we took half of that and we came here to my pops, and well, I guess a rookie mistake that we had made was not properly preparing our like grains and beans and stuff like that, because then it turned out that a bunch of beetles, basically pantry beetles, had invaded the pantry space. So there goes all the all the stuff that we were able to save from that, and then that gets cut in half. So just rookie mistakes, I suppose, really. But it's trial and error, so I don't know, that's all I'm saying.